What's going on today, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I got something I want to show you on the Trailblazer SS. It's kind of been giving us a difficult time, but I think I kind of got the idea of why, what we got going on with it. So let's jump into today's video right away here. Gotta let the old girl warm up, but she's looking good still. So if you guys are familiar with a steering angle sensor, you heard about it, seen it, whatever. It's pretty common in newer cars, I guess. But I think what we got going on with the Trailblazer is a bad steering angle sensor, and I'll show you why. So that's what it'll do. I will accelerate, and I notice it'll do it more when I turn the wheel to the right just a little bit, and I get to a certain speed, it'll cut on the traction control. And I've had it once where it actually applied the brakes too, and you can hear like this noise. I don't know if you can hear it in the video, but you can hear this noise of something happening in like the steering column area where like the steering angle sensor would be. But we got the good old Tech 2 here, so I'm gonna fire up real quick. So what we have to do is we have to go back we have to go 2007, even though this is 2006. I believe GM did not put the software in for the steering angle sensor till 2007. Data display. Now we have our steering angle, steering wheel position, and our steering angle sensor right here. So remove some stuff here. So I'll move the steering wheel and nothing changes on this screen. There's no high-low, there's just low-low, and none of this is reading. This should be changing, and the steering wheel position should be changing. As you can see, obviously I'm turning the steering wheel right now, and we got nothing over here. Luckily, I got another Trailblazer, so I'm gonna plug the Tech 2 in quick to that to show you what I'm talking about. All right, we are in the daily Trailblazer, and it's not an SS, but it's pretty much the same thing when it comes to this. So we are gonna go do the same thing. 2007 Chevy truck, Trailblazer, chassis, continue. Data display. Okay, so as you can see already, our steering wheel position is reading, and we also have volts here. And also, if you pay attention to this will change high-low as well. So if you look at this, while it's in the steering wheel, it's reading, it's changing high-low, and we are not getting any of that sort of signal from the SS. Even when I scroll down, and these three right here, these are also reading, and on the SS, I believe they all just read 250. That's why I'm thinking it's a bad steering angle sensor. Luckily, we have one, and luckily we have another Trailblazer, so that's how we can really see if that one's acting up and come to this one and see if this one's doing the same thing. So yeah, I think we got to replace the steering angle sensor in it, and hopefully that is our issue. Now if you're wondering where the angle sensor is, it's right up under here, and that is it right there. Day 2, so we replaced the steering angle sensor, and it was still acting up. And then we replaced a wheel bearing, and didn't realize how bad it was. But this thing actually sat for a while before we got it back. I know wheel bearings on these are very notorious to go out. If you have a Trailblazer SS, you already know that. Also, this being lowered on the suspension setup that we have on this puts more stress on those wheel bearings, and also we have 22-inch wheels on there now, but it was probably already bad before then. So now I'm going to drive it and hope that we're all good to go, because this thing has been a nightmare. And honestly, if it's not this, I'm thinking what else it could be is the ABS module, and those are not cheap, so hopefully it's not that. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is, as you saw in the video, when I had the steering wheel turned to the right a little bit, that's when the ABS kicked on. So I'm going to go back to where that acted up, and hopefully we don't have any noise coming from the steering column, no brake supply, and third and most importantly, the traction light does not come back on. Alright, so we're going into the bend here this way. Didn't act up going this way. The real test will be when we come back through this roundabout here. Alright, here we go. Fingers crossed. Turning the wheel to the right a little bit. Hasn't acted up yet. Usually by now it would have. I think we freaking fixed it. The whole time thinking it was a steering angle sensor because it wouldn't read, thinking it was all this stuff. I think it was probably just the wheel bearing. And I'm glad that's what it is, because ABS modules are not cheap. They're not cheap, and pretty sure they're hard to find for one of these. But we'll keep driving it, and hopefully it doesn't act up, and we're good to go. Alright guys, I think we got it fixed. Moral of the story, or of this video, check your wheel bearings if you got an SS. Check your steering angle sensor. And if it's not either one of those, I don't know what to tell you. But super excited to have this thing back. I forgot how much fun this car is to drive. This is probably the first time I've actually like driven it and everything without any issues. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel because you're gonna see more of this, and Corvette obviously. And yeah, make sure you like, share, and you already know what to do. Peace.